Hi everyone, it's Matt Wallace with a Essential Skills Methodology video. This video is for Module 4, Essential Skills Resources, and we're going to take a look at the Landscaper activity packet. We actually have two Landscaper activity packets, number 1 and number 2, and we're looking at number 2 simply because it's larger and I made this one myself, so I know it better. This set of activities is based around a couple documents. So first we're going to look at those documents. And when you're doing an activity like this with learners, it's always best to take a look at the supporting documents first before you start answering any questions or doing any activities and just exploring the document. So this activity comes with several documents. So the first document is a timesheet. So discuss how a timesheet works and what you use it for. The timesheet for landscaping is a little different because not only do you have to keep track of when and how much you worked, but you have to keep track of where you worked as well, because a landscaping company would bill the hours to certain jobs, so all of their landscaping customers. So that's why there is a column for work site or customer in the far left, you can see. And then you basically write the hours that you work at each site per day. So there's a spot for name and for team. Now, this activity is based on workers who work in teams of 4. It says in the synopsis of the activity, this is team 7 is what we called it. So they would put their team there, and then hours are total at the bottom. The next document is landscaper schedule. So the synopsis says the teams get their schedule every Monday, and it shows where they're all going to be for the week. So this is team 7 schedule, and it says at the bottom team 7 week 16. Notice there's 7A and 7B because for a couple of the jobs, they're smaller jobs, and the team 4 is split into 2 people. And on Friday afternoon, notice 7B has gone home and 7A is doing one other job. But for the most part, if it doesn't say, that means team 7 is all together, which they are most of the time. So notice they start at 7 in the morning on almost every single day, and some days are a little longer than others. It says what they're doing and the address of where they're doing it. And all of these addresses match up to this map. It's hard to see on my computer screen, but when you print it, it's a lot easier. This is a map of a neighborhood, and all of the jobs appear on this map. In real life, that probably wouldn't happen. They'd be a little more spread out, but I just decided to make a map activity with this, so I could only fit a small neighborhood onto one sheet. So all the jobs fit onto this map somewhere. And then the last document is the equipment checklist. So the equipment checklist, they fill out every day. It has all the items that they're supposed to have with them. For example, the first section is tools. So they're supposed to have these amounts before their shift: 4 hose, 4 rakes, 4 landscaping rakes, etc. And at the end of the shift, they put the numbers based on what they have. So if they lost something, then they're going to be down. The bottom section is consumables, and consumables are items they're going to use up. In other words, they're going to use some of them and may not bring them back. For example, like soil and mulch and compost and fertilizer. They start with 30 soil, so if they used some of it, they're going to have less, and that's okay. There's a section at the bottom for notes, if they know why they lost something or something like that. So, like I said, first, it's good to explore the documents before you start the activities. So here's the 11 activities for this set of activities. So number 1, on the map, put an X on all the properties you will work at this week. So for that activity, they will have to take the map and the schedule at the same time, because all the addresses are on the schedule and then they find them on the map. I learned this the hard way. It's best to not print them double-sided so the learners can have an easier time cross-referencing. On Monday, how many hours will you be at 5 Fegan Court? So You have to go to the schedule to that and get the learners to realize that each block of time is an hour. So they start at 7 a.m. and it looks like they're ending at 3 p.m. So counting the hours out. They can count the spots as well, the spaces on the schedule. Number 3, how many days altogether will you be at 21 Tech Street doing the water feature project? And that simply, all you do is find that address on the schedule, and it says note 8-day project. So your answer is simply 8 days. Based on your answer for number 3, on what date will you finish there if you only work Monday to Friday? So that one's a little more complicated, so we have to do some counting on a calendar. So there's no calendar provided, so what we're going to do is simply count using this schedule and go from week to week. So starting on Thursday the 7th, go 1, 2, and then skip to Monday the 11th, 3, 4, 5, 6. Day 7 puts us on Friday the 15th. And then count over the weekend, 16, 17, and then Monday, the next Monday is the 18th. So they're going to be there until Monday the 18th. It would be easier if you did it on a calendar. Number 5, where will Dan be on Wednesday at 3 p.m.? So we have to go to our schedule again for this one and look at the bottom. It says team 7A is Dan and Hélène, and 7B is Matt and Denis. So Wednesday at 3 p.m., 7A is going to be at 16 Visor, and 7B is 1 Crerar. So Dan is on 7A, so your answer is 16 Visor. Question 6, when do timesheets need to be submitted and to whom? So that is on the timesheet document, and it says right at the bottom in your red ink, timesheets must be submitted to payroll Monday AM. Okay, so Monday AM to payroll. Number 7, what task are you doing at 2 Curry Avenue? So we have to go to our schedule for that one and find 2 Curry Avenue in the schedule, and it's Wednesday morning, and they're mowing the lawn and trimming the hedges. Number 8, what time do you start at 10 Montgomery on Tuesday? So it looks like Tuesday afternoon, and according to the schedule, you're starting right at 12 noon. Number 9, using the timesheet, fill out your hours for the week. Choose to be on team 7A or B, as the answers will be a little different. So there's 2 possible ways to do that. I'm not going to do that here with you. It would take some time, but basically they're going to transfer the information from the schedule to their timesheet. Everyone's the same most of the time, but Wednesday afternoon and Friday afternoon are a little different. So I'm just going to do one example. Monday, 5 Fagan Court, they're there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. So it would look like this. 5, 8, just like that, okay? And they would put the rest of the week in like that. Number 10, there is nowhere on the timesheet for total hours. How many hours did you work altogether this week? So I'm not going to do that question with you right now, but after you've done putting the hours in on the timesheet, you would just total the numbers down here. And number 11, using the equipment checklist, fill it out at the end of the shift as though you're missing the following. And then it lists some items that you're missing. For the missing tools, you left them to work on the water feature. Explain that in the notes. Okay, so what you could do is at the bottom, write a note like at the address was 21 Tech Street, not lost. Okay, something like that. All right. Okay, this activity also comes with a facilitator's guide with all the answers showing how we got the answers. So feel free to look at that if you decide to use this activity. All right, so thanks for watching and see you next time.